Hello everybody, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today I do want to talk about Palantir. I'm going to give you a lot of news that's coming out of Twitter. A lot of my YouTube followers don't actually follow Twitter. We have some amazing Twitter personalities. Shout out to Rachie, shout out to Ether Squared, shout out to Lord Grimm, shout out to Chad Palantir. Guys, we have a fantastic Twitter population, and these guys are absolutely mother effing detectives. They find so much amazing information on the internet, it's ridiculous. So in this video, I'm going to showcase a couple of their finds. It's really cool. I'm going to showcase an NIH deal for 10 months worth over $8 million. This is in addition to the original $65 million contract. I'm going to show you some comments about employees of Palantir and what they think about working in Palantir. I'm going to share a really cool link that Ether Squared found. Ether Squared is the person that puts out the dossiers. He finds links before the media finds the links. So he finds a connection between Palantir and big mega corporations, big companies, before the media does. And it's approximately a 90% success rate. So that means that within a year of him finding a link, a year later, these links actually still work, and they're moving forward with working with Palantir, which is a really good success rate. I am also going to give you a quick article that I was reading where they mentioned the CDC and Palantir. So definitely a lot of things. Before I go any further, I just wanted to say, first, give me the like, share, subscribe. It really does help my channel grow. And second, I wanted to say, listen, Palantir's price is $7.40-something. I think Palantir is still super undervalued. I think Palantir has an amazing future. Palantir is playing the game. Palantir is doing all of the meetings. Palantir is doing all of the interviews. Palantir is doing all of the showcasing. Yes, it sucks that Palantir has stock-based compensation. However, the dilution of shares is very much needed for Palantir to grow in the future. This is why a lot of people like working for Palantir. The top engineers in the world work for Palantir. The top echelon, the cream of the crop, is working for Palantir. The problem is it's hard for Palantir to get those top engineers to work for Palantir because most engineers want to work for a Tesla or a Google or a Microsoft or an Apple, and it's very difficult to get the top 1% of the top 1%. We're talking about the top 99.99% better. They're better than 99.99% of all other engineers, and they work for Palantir. Well, how the hell are you supposed to pay these people? There's no price tag. The payment is the shares of stock, and you as an engineer want to work your ass off for Palantir to go up and become better. I really do believe that everything that Palantir is doing right now, and I see there's a huge shift over the last 3 months, is definitely going to pay in dividends. It's going to pay multiple folds in the future. I'm not here to sell you a dream. This is my own personal investing. I am an entertainer. I am an educator. I am not a financial advisor. I do have a large stake in Palantir. It's not the only thing that I hold. I do have a large stake. And I do think that Palantir is severely undervalued, and I see a huge shift in dynamics when it comes to Palantir. Besides for them focusing on government, both military and non-military, they are hugely focusing on healthcare. Healthcare is their third largest vertical. With that said, let me begin with the first thing, the NIH contract. This is in addition to the $65 million contract. Shout out to Rachie for finding this contract and posting it on Twitter. This was posted by Rachie a couple of days ago. If you translate, it says Palantir signed an $8.39 million deal contract for PEPFAR support for task order number 5, PEPFAR Data Innovation Project with the National Institute of Health on December 9th through December 10th. A payment of $7.6 million was incurred for this contract. The estimated final completion date is September 1st, 2023. And if you actually click on it, then you can read everything that I just said. Here you go. There goes the numbers right here. Total $8.39 million, currently paid $7.6 million. And now somebody did ask, shout out to Lord Grimm. I'm going to get to him in this video as well. Shout out to him. Is this a new contract? He says this is a new contract added to the 3-year, $65 million contract. Guys, this is freaking massive. As I said, Palantir starts small and keeps expanding. And not only do they expand in the contracts that they have, they expand within different departments and different subsects of the government agencies that they work with, including in commercial business. When they start in commercial business, they might just have one department, then they have another department, then they have a whole division, like let's say North America, and then they have global, Europe, so on and so forth. Palantir is a freaking monster. It just needs to get through the door so that people actually use Palantir, and then you're going to understand what Palantir can do. With that said, let's talk a little bit about what Palantir could do. Let's talk about their capabilities and why exactly people do use Palantir. It was also found by Raichi. Shout out to Raichi. This is a very, very good thing. To support the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services COVID-19 vaccine distribution efforts, Palantir built the Tiberius platform in just 6 weeks. Guys, 6 weeks. Tiberius has over 6.5 terabytes of data from over 16,000 data sets across vaccine distribution integration. Palantir takes something that's extremely difficult to do. They pack it in a much faster and tighter time frame than anybody else can do. They take a shit ton of data and more, put it into the platform that they build, and they build you a custom-to-suit platform. Not only that, it's a plug-and-play platform. Once they build it for you, they can white label it where people are using your platform. This is for commercial. And the UI is through Palantir or vice versa. So when people log on to your website, they look like they're using, XYZ website. But XYZ website is built on top of the Palantir Foundry software. It's really, really amazing what Palantir can do. And we get these examples left and freaking right when it comes to Palantir, right? Shout out to Lord Grimm. He's really, really good, and he deserves a lot more followers. He only has 321 followers. I am following him. He's really, really good. So it seems like everybody on Twitter has their own niche. His niche is like going after, not only, but going after like employees and LinkedIn and things like that. So he puts this out. Employee of Palantir. I recently saw a tweet from someone who attended MIT for computer science that said that the company where all the top engineers went to in 2014 was Palantir. If engineers couldn't pass the Palantir interviews, they went to places like Facebook and on down the line. I've been at Palantir for almost 2 years now, and I'm impressed every day by the talent this company has been hiring and retained. It is a true testament to the culture and a reason why Palantir software is unmatched. Guys, I talk about this all the time. Palantir is the best. You just need to give Palantir some time. Without stock-based compensation, how are you ever going to attract top talent like that? How are you ever going to get tweets like that? How are you ever going to get reviews like that? You're not. You're not. You need the top talent. Now, I was reading an article earlier today. It literally says the CDC and Palantir cut a deal. The CDC has awarded a 5-year, $443 million contract with software company Palantir. Remember, Dr. Alex Karp always says, 5 years, 5 years, I need 5 years, I need 5 years. We're building for the future. So 5 years is very important, and I'll explain to you why. I'm going to read you the comment really fast. He says, service public health programs into a singular efficient vehicle, according to a publication that came out on Wednesday. This was like 2 weeks ago. Palantir said that contract's length would allow long-term planning and interagency public health through the program. The new contract will help support the CDC's new Center for Forecasting and Outbreak Analysis, as well as wastewater genomics via the National Wastewater Surveillance System. Guys, this is extremely important. All the time, we hear about Palantir's plans, Palantir plan. Palantir starts in one department, and then, guys, Milo really wants to be seen, so I got to pick him up. Palantir starts in one department, and then it goes to a different department. Palantir starts in one jurisdiction, let's say one city, then one state, maybe a whole North America, then it moves to Europe, then it's global, right? This happens all the time. You see countless examples of Palantir starting here, expand. And the magic number is always 5 years. And as you can see by the CDC contract, literally says giving us 5 years gives us a plan of attack and allows us to actually expand and do actually good for the long term for the CDC. Besides for that, there was a bunch of links that were found. Shout out to Ether Squared. He found a really cool, dope link for Avis rental cars. Really, really cool. One of the largest, if not the largest, rental cars in the world. Palantir for the freaking win. At the end of the day, you guys can do whatever you want. I do have a poker tournament that I'm holding tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'm giving up 500 Algorand Algos and 2,000 Hedera H-Bar. If you guys want to play, feel free to play. I know it's a crypto thing, but you don't have to be into crypto to play the game. It's absolutely free. I'm just giving back to my community out of my own pocket, out of the goodness of my own heart. A lot of people are suffering, and I thought, why not play a friendly, free roll poker tournament in order for people to try to make some money. I have a link down below to that, and sign up to my Substack down below if you guys want to know about cryptocurrency. I'm going to be putting out a Substack newsletter every single week. Hopefully next year I can start a Substack when it comes to general finance, not just cryptocurrency. Thank you and have a great day.